When I survey the wondrous cross on which the Prince of Glory died, my richest gain I count but loss, and pour contempt on all my pride. See from his head, his hands, his feet, sorrow and love flow mingled down.
Hi, welcome to Verse of the Day. My name is Brandon Hathaway, preacher here at the Westside Church of Christ in Owensboro, Kentucky. I want to thank you for joining me today as we open up the Bible and we study the Word of God and search the Scriptures, making sure we're daily following the Word of God and knowing what it says, strengthening our fellowship with one another, and of course, with our God. Yesterday we finished up the book of Hebrews, which leads us to today, that gets us to the book of Numbers. Numbers chapter 1. Numbers chapter 1. We're going to look at verse 3 and then look at verses 45 through 46. Here it says, from 20 years old and upward, all Israel who are able to go to war, you and Aaron shall list them company by company. So all those listed of the people of Israel by their fathers' houses, from 20 years old and upward, every man able to go to war in Israel, all those listed were 603,550. And so if we go through the book of Numbers, it's gone through these and it basically kind of goes in more details, gives a lot more names, breaks it up for us. Chapter 1, even itself, kind of broke it up a little bit as it went from each tribe, each children of Israel, and kind of listed those and for us, and then added it all up to 603,550. And these are just the male that are 20 years and upward that could serve in the war. So this is how many people they got for their military, basically. This is how many men that could go to battle if they had to. A couple things that you can get from this chapter and from these verses is one, that, the taking of census. We see them doing that here. We see them taking count of the number of people. It's not the, and so our mind might go to when they did that was when Jesus was born and he had to go back to his father's hometown where they took census there. But also knowing that it's done today during voting and time and stuff. And so the other thing that you could look at here is, we're not given an age of accountability. But throughout the Old Testament, you do see the age 20 kind of as a list of course, excuse me, sorry. Age 20 is a enlistment, and of course, U.S., we have the age of 18. And so, but that's not saying that's the age of accountability. I think David would be a good example, that he had three older brothers, or was it just two? I think three older brothers that were already in the military. But by reading, I would assume that David was not old enough to be in the war yet. That he was younger, so he stayed home. He was shepherding the flock, helping his dad out. But he's the one that stepped up, and so therefore he had the ability. God used him, had the accountability to step up and face Goliath. But another thing is this number, 603,550. Israel has grown, and this is just the men that are over 20. This is not the women and all the younger men, boys that are under 20. And so, you go back to Genesis chapter 46, when Jacob had first came to Egypt to be with Joseph, in verse 27 of Genesis 46 says, "And the sons of Joseph were born to him in Egypt were two, and all the persons of the house of Jacob who came into Egypt were 70." All the people that came with Jacob into Egypt were 70. That was the number that we got there. As it's it's just 70 to 603,000. That's Israel grown, and that's God fulfilling His promise, of course, to Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, that He would bless their descendants to be as the number of the stars in the skies, the sands in the sea. He just continues to number and allow the children of Israel to grow. So I thank you for joining me today. I hope that you have a blessed and wonderful day. And again, if there's anything I can do for you, if you will let me know, and we can pray, we can study. If I can assist, let me know. Thank you. Have a blessed day. And if the Lord is willing, I will talk to you later.